Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abel and welcome back to Local to Global with WOLFSBURG on FM22. A big game today. We are away against Borussia Dortmund. It is 2nd versus 4th. We are 5 points behind them and we are still trying to keep our place in the top 4 in the Bundesliga and get some Champions League football next season. But it's very, very tight and we've got a very, very tough game today. And as always, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like, leave comments, subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. Just 4 games to go in the Bundesliga season and potentially a cup final as well. Hopefully we can get a trophy this season. But let's jump into today's video. Last time we comfortably went out 3-0 winners against Hanover. Heung-min Son got his first goal for us. It's his last season before he retires from football. He got himself a goal and we won 3-0. Pretty comfortable routine win. Off camera, we played 6 games, including a cup game against Bayern, and also what could have been one of the most ridiculous collapses in football. I don't think anyone's ever done it. Solomon to Goretzka. Davies. Sealer. And Solomon has found a way through the defence. And that's a good finish past the goalkeeper. Manuel Solomon makes it WOLFSBURG 0, Bayern 1 in the 37th minute. Kiergaard uses Johan Higel, who's playing at left back today. And it's forward to João Neves. And that's a lovely strike by João Neves. 76 minutes gone. It's 1-1. WOLFSBURG back in the game. João Neves first up in the shootout for WOLFSBURG. And it's saved. What a bad start. Alphonso Davies stepping up for Bayern. Well saved down the middle by Bijlo. Sudden death penalties now. Bitshiabu scores to make it 6-5. Adam Ruta here has to score this to keep Bayern in it. And is saved by Bijlo. WOLFSBURG go through. Boros with a corner kick. And it's well headed by Diaz. It's 1-0 inside 2 minutes to WOLFSBURG. Early goal once again. Lacroix coming forward. And it's a really good ball for Martin Boros, and it's in the middle for Azarkan. Diaz to Gilmour, and Fofana's got to it. The goalkeeper's done horribly there, and Fofana's made it 2-0 inside 8 minutes. And he uses Nagalo on this right-hand side. Lacroix with the ball back again. Fofana. That's a great ball for Boros, and a great header by Martin Boros. It's 3-0, 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. WOLFSBURG flying here against their local rivals, Werder Bremen. Billy Gilmour to Neves. Azarkan back to Gilmour, and he's found Boros, and Boros slots home. 1-0 WOLFSBURG, 18 minutes gone against Stuttgart. Kaminski to Nürnberger. And that's a good long ball, and Mevlut-Han is through on goal, and Omenion's gone the wrong way there. It's an equaliser for Stuttgart, 22nd minute of the match. Kaminski under pressure from the left back, and a deep cross there to Nürnberger, who's got lots of space in midfield, and Han, that's a lovely finish. Stuttgart take a lead with 40 minutes gone. Mevlut-Han with both goals, and that was a lovely bending finish there. WOLFSBURG went into half time 2-1 down, 5 minutes gone in the second half. Can they draw level and make it 2-2 and maybe try and rescue a point away from home here and keep their unbeaten run going? It's Fofana, it's the cross, and Boros is completely unmarked, defending terrible there by Stuttgart, and it's 2-2. Here's Torres coming forward. And got some time to cross here. That's a good ball for Vazquez. And across the face of goal. And it was cleared. And I think deflected back in off of Vivanco. Leipzig 1-0 up with an hour just coming up. Vazquez to Berrio. And Vivanco can't quite get to that bit. Sharby now to Kiergaard. Here's Azarkan. Heung-min Son. That's a good ball for Pelistri to run onto. Pelistri's got to get a good cross away here. It's Rusin. It's back to Pelistri, squares it to Gilmour, and Billy Gilmour puts the ball in there. It's an equaliser for WOLFSBURG, 1-1, 77 minutes gone. Torres with a throw to Berrio. Pelistri looks to win the ball but can't get it back. Bitshiabu with a header away. Koulibaly headed back forwards. Here's Vazquez, he's found a way through and beating the keeper, and Leipzig are back in front in the 81st minute. And WOLFSBURG could be staring down their first defeat since November here. It's 2-1 Leipzig. Vazquez looking to really put this away for Leipzig, but it's well won and cleared by Musawage. Here comes Martin Rusin down the right hand side. Bit of an awkward ball for Pelistri, but they've still got the ball. Here's Lacroix. And Wolfsburg looking to save a point here in the last minute. And it's Rusin, and he's put it in there and maybe saved the blushes of Wolfsburg. 92nd minute. Martin Rusin may have just saved them a point and kept that unbeaten run alive for just that little bit longer. Aspria to Serdar. Halim. That's a good ball for Sudakov. A big chance here for Hoffenheim to take a lead with 15 minutes gone, and they've hit the post with it. And it's eventually cleared. Julian Gil. Got a few options to choose from. Fofana to Diaz. Harvey Elliott's through here. And that's a well saved by Plogman. Gilmore with the corner kick. And a header by Bichiabu. And once again, an early set-piece goal for Wolfsburg. Less than 90 seconds on the clock. It's 1-0. Rekic with the throw. It's a terrible throw-in. It's really poor. And Rusin's through here. Might be a second goal in 5 minutes. It is. It's 2-0. We barely played 4 minutes. Gilmore. Out wide to Fofana. Back to Nagalo. Maxence Lecroix again to Gilmore. And Fofana using that right hand side. That's a great ball for Azarkan and a great finish. What a well worked goal that is. It's 3-0 inside 26 minutes. Wolfsburg absolutely dominating the game. Gilmore with a free kick, and Azarkan, he's hit the post, but he has another crack, and it's 4. 32nd minute of the game, Azarkan's got 2, and it's 4-0 Wolfsburg. Lacroix to Neves. Forward to Azarkan. Cole have shown some fight in the second half, but Rusin might make it 5 here. He does. That's a lovely goal, and it is 5-0 with 69 minutes gone. Cole are trying to do something in the second half, but Wolfsburg take a 5-0 lead. Zagrova with a free kick here near the corner flag, 76th minute, and Schmidt with a header, and it was bundled in, I think, by Özcan, and can't have a goal back. It's 5-1. Aronson. Back to Rekic, and Rekic goes long, looks for Özcan. He's got a lot of work to do here, but he's managed to get onto the ball, and it's a cross. It's a Furi. Back to Özcan. Lucinias, and Zagrova with a finish, and they've got a second. 89th minute. It's 5-2. Afori. What is going on here? Cole have suddenly shown some signs of actually doing well here. It's 5-2. We're in the 90th minute. Aronson has just made it 5-3. There is no way in hell this happens, right? Surely. Ball over the top. Oh, Maxic has missed it. Afori's through. And holy mother of God, it's 5-4 with 92 minutes gone. There is no way this happens, right? Thankfully, it didn't. I think I would have had to delete my channel if that had actually happened. We almost threw away a 5-0 lead. And I don't think that's happened probably in a professional football game ever. I haven't seen any record of it. The only thing I've seen was like an international like under-17s game between, I think it was Portugal and Cameroon or something, in my research, because I had to look up if that had ever happened, like in a professional game, if anyone had thrown away a 5-0 lead, and we almost did. Unbelievable. We were 5-0 up with 20 minutes to go, and they scored 4 goals in the last 15 minutes. If we'd have thrown that away, I think that would have been series done, channel deleted, game uninstalled, because there's no coming back from that. That would have been a bottle job beyond any bottle job. But luckily, we won 5-4, and we are still unbeaten since November. We very nearly lost against Leipzig. We were 2-1 down until the 92nd minute when Rusin scored. So our unbeaten run is still intact. I believe it's now at 20, but I'm not quite sure. But the fact that we almost threw away a 5-0 lead against Cologne, that could have been very embarrassing. Like 5-4 is bad enough. We were really terrible in the second half. Made some changes for fitness reasons, and it just didn't seem to like work from there. We just completely lost all momentum. But we're in 4th place. We have officially qualified for the Conference League. We're officially in Europe for next season. Now it's just about how high we can finish. We're currently on 60 points. We're 13 behind Bayern with a game to play, so we can still catch them, but it's highly unlikely because we'd need to get maximum points and Bayern would need to basically lose every game. But we are 5 behind Dortmund, who we played today, and we're 2 behind Leipzig, who have already played. So we've got a chance of going 3rd if we win, and also closing that gap to Dortmund by 2 points. It's going to be a tough one. We're away against Dortmund, but we'll see what we can do. Also, we're only a point ahead of Hertha, so there is a chance we could drop into the Europa League. I think Conference League we should be fine. We're 9 clear of Stuttgart, but there's a chance we could fall out of the top 4, and Hertha could take our place. So we need to make sure we're on the momentum, and hopefully keep this unbeaten run going. Only other bit of news was the next gen list. We did have a couple of players in there. Of course, some of our good young players are a bit too old for it now. So guys like Johan Higel, Julian Gil, and Martin Boris are now 20 years old. So don't qualify for the next gen list because it's 19 and under. But we did have a couple of players that were in that list. Juan Manuel Diaz was one of them, a 19-year-old who's very good physically and that we did sign this season, but technically not really good enough. And the other one was Werner Rauhi, who was on loan at Kaiserslautern, a 17-year-old who came through the regens a couple of seasons ago. Looks pretty decent. Like, the star rating is decent. Like, 4-star potential is actually not too bad considering who we are. And he's very quick. His passing's not bad. His crossing's good. He seems like a decent right winger that probably isn't far away from actually being able to play some games for us. But we are now taking on Borussia Dortmund away from home. The unbeaten run is probably under its biggest threat so far here. It's a very, very tough game. We'll see how we do. Let's look at some injury news. Martin Boris is currently out of the side with a knee injury, so he's going to miss about a week. Also, Mike Magnon's season is done. He suffered a pretty nasty hip injury, which will keep him out for 3 months. So Mike Magnon's season is done. Justin Bijlo's not a bad goalkeeper though, and I've said before, because I think Magnon's already been injured this season, I fully trust him. He's a good player, so, you know, I trust his ability as well. Also, Musawage is just recovering from a slight ankle injury, so he's going to miss out today as well. So that leaves us with a couple of selection issues. Left wing is somewhere that I think we are kind of lacking. We do have players that can play there, but I'd rather they play somewhere else in the pitch. Like Azarkan, I think, is better as a centre mid. Rusin's better up front. We can move Harvey Elliott over. I think that will be the plan today, is Harvey Elliott on the left-hand side as the left winger. It's not ideal, but he will play there. Calafiori played the last game because Julian Gil was suspended after one too many bookings. And I think that will be all the changes we make today. Frank Block's on the bench just so we have a goalkeeper, just in case something happens to Bijlo. It probably won't, but we've got that option just in case. Nagalo has been absolutely phenomenal recently. Like, his form has been fantastic. There was a game, I think it may have been the Bayern game. It was. Yes, he won all 5 tackles that he went for, and won all 14 headers that he went for. He had an absolutely phenomenal game in the cup against Bayern, and we went through on penalties. It was fantastic, and he's been so good this season. He's been really, really solid, and I want to try and keep him around despite the interest from other clubs. I think we're going to be a bit more defensive, and that we're going to regroup when we lose possession, and we're going to drop that line of engagement a bit just to try and pack the midfield. I think that will be just a couple of tweaks we'll make, just because this is one of the few games I think where we're actually not favourites. So Dortmund managed by Gerardo Sewani with Sinistera in goal. They've got Zagadou, they've got Gio Reyna, they've got Makuka up top. He did score against us in the reverse fixture, which was a 1-1 draw. We've got 2 wins against Bayern this season. One of them was penalties granted, but we've beaten Bayern twice in this season, which is good. But Joubert with a corner kick here for Dortmund, inside 5 minutes. It's headed away by Bitshabu. We're playing in the blue today, which is a bit of a rarity for us. I think it's the first time we're playing in blue. But Azarkan's got some space out on the left here. That's a really good ball for Fofana. And it's in! 5 minutes gone. It's Dortmund 0, Wolfsburg 1. And Fede Fofana has, I think, shocked the whole ground there. 5 minutes in and we're ahead against Dortmund. Rusin does well to keep this in play here. And the guys in the blue, I think, have just absolutely stunned the Signal Iduna Park. Fofana makes it 1-0. Sinistera almost got to it as well. But that is the best possible start to this game. And Bijlo with a goal kick here, or a free kick rather, looking for Rusin again, but it's well headed by Benetti, and here's Dade to Gio Reyna. And we should hopefully be able to deal with that. Bijlo's going to come out and collect that and play it to Julian Gil, into Neves in the middle. Here's Gilmore. And that's another ball for Azarkan. He's not quite going to get to that though. But these are really promising signs in these opening 12 minutes. Really good start to the game here. And is his name Bell? Really? His name's Bell. Oh, Lacroix's not done well there. Makuku's through, and it's tipped over by Bijlo. Is his name Bell? Really? Cedric Bell. Okay. if that's going to be your name, what is your actual name? Your name is Cedric Bell. I can't believe that's it. Bell. They're going to score now because I'm going to be... Okay, that's a free kick. It was offside. Again, I'm making fun of their names. They're probably going to beat us now. They've got another corner kick here. 14 minutes. It's Joubert. Bell's going to score. Watch. It's actually headed away by Fofana. Zagadou went for it as well. Here comes Joubert. Don't let him shoot. Surely Madueke is offside there. Surely that's offside. Referee's checking it. Yeah, he was easily offside there. I saw that, and I don't usually see offsides that easily. Yeah, it was closer than I thought it was, but Madueke was definitely offside. I'm going to go for a calm down shout. Dortmund are having a lot... I keep saying Bayern. Dortmund are having a lot of possession as well. We could look to maybe go a bit more counter-attacking and just try and sit back a little bit. Especially now that we're 1-0 up as well. I actually think it's pretty sad that a side that plays good football like Newcastle have to resort to time wasting like that. Are we going to give away a penalty here? Have we given away a penalty all season? I think this might be a first. I don't think we've given away a penalty yet this season. But we have. Dortmund have a penalty with 29 minutes coming up. I think this will be Yusufa Moukoko on it. But chance for him to equalise here. It is Moukoko. Come on, Bieslow. He can't quite save it. Bieslow did well in the shootout though. Saved 2 penalties from Bayern to keep us in the cup. But Moukoko makes it 1-1. 29 minutes gone. We're going to stay on cautious because Dortmund are having a lot of the ball. But Moukoko's penalty does equalise for the black and yellows. I think it's going to be a case of just taking whatever chances come our way today. Because we've only had a couple of shots. One of them we did score from. But how many more are we going to get against this side? They're having a lot of possession. I'm going to put the run at defence on because that seems to do well with our pass completion. Because at the moment, 80% is still good, but it could be better. So we've just been adding that run at defence sometimes. But we're going to go in a half-time 1-1, which is not bad. Against Dortmund, I think that's pretty good. We've got a chance to get third if we win, but as long as we don't lose, let's try and keep this unbeaten run going. I'm just going to go for the counter press though. Just really try and hit them on the break. And we're going to keep that line of engagement just a bit lower. Just try and really meet them in the middle of the pitch and cram that midfield. Ruson's not had much to go on up top though, so Mauricio Diaz might be the one to put on. Because the midfield hasn't really given him the service. He's not really had much to do today. See, we haven't really had a shot. We have one there. We are going to make that change. I think Ruson is going to come off for Mauricio Diaz. Just to see if Diaz can maybe make those runs. Because Ruson just hasn't really got too involved today. But we've got half an hour to go. It's been a quiet second half so far. But there is a corner here for Dortmund with Yusufa Moukoko on it. And it's headed away by Bitshiabu. It's well headed away. Gio Reyna will keep this in. It's Partenheimer to Benetti. Zagadou. And Dortmund just hanging on the edge of this final third here. Looking for a way through. Here's Moukoko. Dedic. And this might be the chance for them to go in front here. Dedic needs to get that cross away. And we need to stay on them. Here's Madueke. And Gil has gone through the back of him. No foul for that, really? Okay, I thought he was going to give away another pen there. But here's Gil to Azark, and now break. This is the chance. Looking for Diaz, but can't quite find him. Bell to Moukoko, and another good tackle there by Lacroix. Nagalo, though, loses his man. Here's Moukoko, and a good header away by Gil. Well cleared. Moukoko forward again, and at a tight angle, it's gone in. Is this one going to count? Bit more doubt about this one. I don't know if Moukoko was offside. He was right on that goal line when he finished it, but... was he in an offside position when it was played? It's been given. Dortmund go 2-1 up. So let's see what happened here again. Then Dade with the ball. I think Moukoko was just on. I think he was being played on. So 63.5 minutes. It is Dortmund 2, Wolfsburg 1. We're going to get another look at it here. It was Dade's ball and he was just in an offside. Was he offside? I don't know. It was very, very close. This might be our first defeat since November here. I'm going to go attacking. We're going to try and go for that point and just really go for it. Fofana needs to come off, though. He has picked up a knock, so he's going to come off. I'm going to go 2 strikers up top. I'm going to put Son on as the poacher alongside Mauricio Diaz. I'm going to move Elliott to the right-hand side. We're going to make a couple of little tweaks here. Go with a 4-2-4. Azarkan's going to move to the left wing. Elliott on the right. So we're going to go for a 4-2-4 for 20 minutes just to try and rescue a point and try and get that unbeaten run going. It's a deep cross to Gio Reyna. Dade's got lots of space on the right here. And it's well blocked by Gil though, but not a great effort at a cross. Julian Gil coming forward. Here's Azarkan playing on the left wing now. That's a good ball up for Mauricio Diaz. Heung-min Son is running into the box. That's a ball back for Azarkan and it's intercepted by Partenheim. And here's Joubert. My nose is really itchy and a failed tackle there on Madueke. And the cross finds Moukoko, but straight into the hands of Bieslow. Now, we need to get it away quickly, please. Just a bit more urgency. Come on. Okay, he's gone long. 72 minutes gone. Wasn't a great distribution. It wasn't really going to one of our players. Here's Dedic. Looking for Bell, and he's found him. And Bell's just got to get past the goalkeeper, but Bislow's done well again. Right, distribute quickly, goalkeeper. And we're going to push those lines right up. We've got stuck in on, that's fine. We've got counter press on, that's fine. Bit more expressive. Let's go for that. We've only had 3 shots of goal in this game. We have definitely been second best, but can we find something late on here? I don't think we're going to be able to. Do we put another forward on maybe? We've got 5 minutes to go. Do we have another forward? We've got like Kiergaard maybe. What could we do on the left-hand side? Maybe put Kiergaard on the left. Inverted winger attack. Inverted winger attack. We're going to go all guns blazing for the last 5 minutes and try and get something here. But it's not looking good. Although there's 3 minutes to go. Here's Zagadou for Dortmund. And we're back with their goalkeeper now. Nagalo's done well to win that in the air, but Elliott's not going to get to that. And here's Bell. And Makuku's through, and this could be game over. If it's 3-1 here, it is. Makuku with another goal, and it is 3-1 in the 88th minute, and that's our unbeaten run done. We haven't lost a game since November. If we were going to lose a game, it was going to be this one. So no shame in losing this game, because Dortmund are an extremely good side. Makuku with another goal. That's his second, I think. And that is 3-1 Dortmund now. So let's just go back to balanced and just try and keep this at 3-1 now. Maybe get a second goal. But yeah, I think we've been undone today. And I think it's about time that we actually I think it's about time we had a bad game, because we've had some bad games. But I think that defeat's been coming for some time. I think we've had a bit of luck along the way. But I think, yeah, I think this has been coming for a bit. Although Diaz was definitely offside there. He's definitely offside. Final minute of the game, and that will be it. 3-1 Dortmund. Gracious in defeat, I think. 7 shots, 3 on target. Just not really up to it today, unfortunately. But an early goal for Fofana was one of the few chances we had. So with 3 games to go, that does give Dortmund an 8-point lead over us. Bayern now 13 clear of us and 5 clear of Dortmund with 3 games to go. We're 2 behind Leipzig now. Just a point ahead of Hertha, who I think we might still have to play, which is going to be a bit of a tough one. There's a chance we could drop out of the top 4. I don't really want to do it, but there is a chance. I think we still have to play Hertha in our final 3 games. That's going to be a huge match. But up next, though, is the Cup semi-final against Freiburg. The other semi-final does feature Dortmund, and they're against Bochum from the 2nd tier. So it's probably going to be Dortmund in the final. Whether or not we'll be there, we'll wait and see next time. But we have Mönchengladbach after that. Then we have Arminia. It's our final game of the season against Hertha. It is. It's our last game of the season, and it's at home. That could be the decider when it comes to the Champions League, because that's the last game of the season, and we could still be in this position with just 1 point separating us. That last game is going to be absolutely massive. There was a 20-match unbeaten run in the Bundesliga that came to an end, undefeated since November. I think they just had a bit more quality than we did. Makuku actually got a hat-trick. I didn't realise he got all 3. But yeah, he got the hat-trick, did Yusufa Moukoko, the German. So, 3 Bundesliga games to go. Mönchengladbach and Arminia Bielefeld will do off-camera, as well as that Cup semi-final against Freiburg. If we have the Cup final, I will do that next episode, as well as the final Hertha game. But anyway, that is going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. And yes, next time we will be finishing this season with WOLFSBURG, the 2029-2030 season. But that is going to do it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.